Welcome to another episode of How To Guy, the best channel you probably never heard of.
Easy. Let's talk about these three cameras. The Fimi Palm 2, I have some news on that. The Osmo Action, is the number 2 coming out? Let's discuss that as well. The Osmo Pocket 2, or the Pocket 3 as I like to call it, or the Pocket Pro. I'm not quite sure, but these are wish lists, right? These are things that I want to see in the new Osmo Pocket, Fimi Palm, Osmo Action 2. What are these guys going to do to change our lives, right? So one cool thing about this channel is every now and then DJI support actually start replying to the comments, which is kind of nice to know. The other day we had one of the subscribers and he was actually having an issue. DJI support were actually replying in the thread to him. Okay DJI, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the 1-inch sensor. Why didn't you guys put a 1-inch sensor on the Pocket 2? Don't get me wrong, the Pocket 2 is pretty good and actually one of my favorite new cameras. It's quite sharp. But the 1-inch sensor was one of those things that you guys needed to innovate over the last couple of years. Now let's talk about Sony. This is not an invitation only to DJI. If Sony can give us a 1-inch sensor on a gimbal, because let's face it, they make all the sensors anyway, right? Sony already have a Sony RX0 Mark II. I'll put it on the screen right now. It's a 1-inch camera. The stabilization, it's got electronic image stabilization. It's not that good. But if you've got something like the Zhiyun M2 Pro gimbal and you put that little gimbal on that little 1-inch sensor, you'd have pretty stable footage and it'll be 24 millimeters, which is quite, it's usable. 24 millimeters is going to be pretty tight. It's going to be about like this. It's not going to be the best field of view, but maybe they give you a little wide angle lens or something and you can fix that kind of thing. Treacherous rocks. Let's go one step further with this concept. Do you know the Mavic 2 Pro, the Hasselblad sensor, the Mavic 2 Pro zoom? The Mavic 2 Pro zoom is a 24 to 48 millimeter optical zoom, which is pretty damn useful. Now, just think about having a 24 Mavic Pro zoom on a little gimbal, right? You got a 24, you zoom into something 48 millimeter optically, you go, cool, I'm framing my shot up and I'm zooming and panning around and there's your shot, right? That is what DJI need to do. I should be a motivational speaker for DJI. What the hell are you guys doing? Get off your asses. Why are you going for another smoke break? We need to finish this camera. Steve Jobs style, badass. Call it the Pocket 2 Pro, charge the people not that much money, okay? $500 US, that's the max we want to pay. We don't want to pay 700 and whatever dollars. We don't want to buy 105 accessories for the new Pocket 3. The Osmo Action, okay? A great little camera. And a lot of the times when people ask me what camera I should recommend for not that much money, this is the camera I tell them to get. The Osmo Action, if you get this little Sonova 3.5mm audio adapter, it's pretty good. Now, there are no real rumors about the Osmo Action 2, but GoPro just released their new camera, so we're thinking that, Osmo Action 2 is on its way, and, you get some discounted deals in this thing, which is usually an indicator that DJI is about to release a new camera. I always recommend this camera to people who are asking me about cameras because it's pretty affordable. You can get good sound. This is as steady as you're going to get. This is going to be steadier than any full frame camera on any gimbal out there. The Osmo Action, it is electronic image stabilization. So, you're going to lose a little bit of your sensor size because it's going to crop into that frame. But, this is ideal. And just imagine you can walk to different places. Doesn't matter, you can show your background, right? Hey, look where I am. I'm in wherever I am out right now. This is pretty darn wide. This is at least 17 millimeters or so. So you're not going to get much better. And notice how I've got the RODE Wireless GO plugged into the Sonova 3.5mm audio adapter. By the way, as a comparison, right? This is the Osmo Action, right? You can see the image quality is pretty darn good. Let's switch to the Pocket 2. So the Pocket 2 is 20 millimeters. I do not have the wide angle field of view. Let's go back to the Osmo Action. I'm using the Osmo Action sound with the RODE, and this is the Pocket 2 sound with its stereo microphone. Osmo Action sound with the RODE Wireless GO, Pocket 2 with a stereo microphone. This is ideal. You literally can't get any better, but you will notice that the Pocket 2's got a bigger sensor and it's going to expose better. I'm not really sure, just looking at the screens, which one is wider. I believe the Action will be a little bit wider, but I could be wrong on that. So this is the new Fimi Palm 2 you're looking at with the new firmware update, and I am hoping that the sound is going to be working. I have set the RODE Wireless GO DB level to medium, which is the mid-level, okay? Let's switch to the Pocket 2 with its stereo microphones. This is the Pocket 2 image quality. And let's go back to the Fimi Palm image quality, which I know is not really a fair test, but we'll get the Osmo Action out here soon too. So this is the Fimi Palm and this is the Osmo Pocket. Now, so after the last video, I'm not exactly going to be on Fimi Palm's Christmas card list because...
Tango Romeo, I can confirm I have How To Guy in sight. clean body shot. Over.
To me, the camera's not good enough, and I don't think they have the capabilities to actually build this kind of camera. But I mean, I'm sorry, Fimi Palm, don't kill me.
No tango. Headshot only. Please, headshots.
Go ahead, 22.
Thank you, Tango Romeo. I will take the shot.
Go in there first. Go in there first.
What was that? Power, more power!
Rasto, bad news, sir. He got away.
What the hell was that, a freaking bullet? Holy moly. See, this is why I don't go outside anymore. Too many enemies. So a lot of times on this channel, people ask me, okay, what camera should I buy? And I always say, okay, well, what features are you looking for? What are you looking to do with it? And they go, well, not too much, maybe like 120 frames per second in 4K, good low light capabilities, fast aperture, maybe f1.4 would be nice. I'd like to be able to shoot in low light. I'd also like it to be sharp like a Sony camera, but small enough to fit in my handbag. I want it to have a gimbal on top of it. I want it to be almost like using a full frame camera, except in like an Osmo Pocket body. And to that I always say, well, you're describing like 3 cameras there. And while there might be 1 or 2 cameras that overlap with some of those needs, you're describing a really big expensive system, or maybe something like the Pocket 2. And that's actually why we always go on about things like the Osmo Pocket 2. It gives you that ability to shoot in slightly better low light conditions. So if they can just put that 1-inch sensor on a small gimbal, all the problems of the world would be solved. Except COVID-19, that would still remain. So let's talk about the Pocket 2, okay? I really like this thing. What can they improve? What can they give us in Pocket Pro? When I look at the difference between the quality of this and the other small cameras, it's way ahead, okay? 1/1.7 has been a good improvement. I don't think we want to buy 103 accessories every time you guys release a camera. Just give us one camera, give us a mic jack on the thing, you know, give us a little built-in speaker like you have, a tripod mount on the bottom and a bigger sensor. I would love that zoom. I was just thinking about this. The 1-inch sensor would be great, but that 24-48, that would be so good for walking around and everyday vlog usage. So maybe they can give us 2, right? Just like the Mavic 2 Pro. Now DJI, one thing that really annoys me about this camera is the Active Track 3.0 is not very good. The Wi-Fi connectivity is not very good, it keeps disconnecting. And I contacted DJI on their actual support thread and they just said, no, you're the first person to have reported that. And I find that kind of hard to believe, right? If I'm the first person with the second camera to have that issue, the first one I had didn't work very well. They sent me the replacement, which I paid everything, I paid for this camera. And they sent me a replacement and the second one has been a lot better. But the Active Track 3.0 is not very good. I'd love it to be able to track me constantly. So if you like move behind some objects or something, it should still be able to pick you up later again. It doesn't do that on the current version. In fact, DJI, if you're going to do the Active Track 3.0 and you're going to go to 4.0, just skip 4.0 altogether and go straight to 5.0. Give us the good Active Track version, please. Now, there are no rumors about the DJI Action 2 that I can find on the internet. If I could suggest any improvements, built-in microphone jack, even though the Sonova's okay. The screen in front is fine. I don't even think they need to improve that. The interface is pretty good. Maybe they can give us like 4K 120, which is probably not going to happen. A bigger sensor would be nice. This sensor is kind of becoming a little bit obsolete now, even though for the price, this is a good little camera. And I'd probably buy the Osmo Action over the Fimi Palm. Even though the Fimi Palm's a gimbal and can do time-lapse, the time-lapse on the Fimi Palm stuff's not going to be the best quality. You're going to find that this little camera for the price is going to give you a better solution overall. If you don't have that much money and you don't want to invest all the way into that Pocket 2 system, this is your next best small camera with built-in stabilization. Affiliate link available. I just want to say thanks to one of my subscribers. Her name's Dana. She actually went out of her way to print me How To Guy t-shirts, which is pretty damn cool. Thanks a lot, Dana. Have a look what these t-shirts look like. We've got it in black. So this is the black one, as you can see. How To Guy logo, as you can see over there. Pretty darn cool. I mean, I don't actually have merch and I'm not even sure that anyone would wear a How To Guy t-shirt, but this is pretty cool. Maybe they drink out of a How To Guy coffee cup. I think that would be some future merch if this channel ever gets big. But Dana, thanks a lot. And she also got me the gray version, this is the gray version, very cool. As I said before, How To Guy logo on the t-shirt, man, pretty cool stuff. And she also gave me this, a How To Guy mouse pad, because you always need a How To Guy mouse pad, right? Pretty cool. Lastly, we got a note, very nice. Have a Merry Christmas, season's greetings, and Happy New Year. Enjoy the shirts. Your faithful YouTube follower, Dana. Dana, thanks a lot. You're a legend, and first time we've ever got anything sent to us by a subscriber. Very appreciative. And to all of you out there who've been watching this channel for the last year, I wish you a Happy New Year. And maybe we get some cool videos in next year, so stay tuned. yeah, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and leave a comment and leave a like. I always forget to ask people to leave a like, but please do. It does help my little channel, and maybe it gets more out there, I guess. So see you again next time.